Hi friends, welcome back. Today we are going to solve LeetCode problem 1749, maximum absolute sum of an subarray. It's a medium complexity problem. So let's go through the description. You are given an integer array nums. The absolute sum of a subarray nums1 to nums of r, right, is absolute of nums1 plus nums I plus 1 plus nums r minus 1 nums sr, right? Return maximum absolute sum of any possibly empty subarray nums. Note that absolute of x is defined as follows. If x is negative integer, then absolute of x is equal to minus x. X is non-negative integer, then absolute of x is x. So we have to find out maximum absolute sum of any subarray in the given array, right? So for example, in this given array, if you look at the absolute sum, right, so you can sum these two elements and it is 5, which is the maximum sum we can get here, right? Absolute of 2 plus 3, which is equal to 5. So let's take this second example over here. Before that, we will just constraints is nums array length is between 1 to 10 raised to 5, and the value of every element is negative minus 10 raised to 4 to positive 10 raised to 4, right? So let's take this second example over here. We will discuss our approach to solve this problem. So basically this is the array which is given to us, and they have asked us the absolute sum of any sub array, right? So absolute sum, basically what it means is, so this is our original array, right? 2 minus 5 1 minus 4 3 minus 2. So we have to also get a negated array, right? Because we want to calculate the maximum absolute sum. So what we will do is, first we will negate all the elements of this array, right? Like 2 becomes minus 2, minus 5 becomes 5, 1 becomes minus 1, minus 4 becomes 4, 3 becomes minus 3, and minus 2 becomes 2. So we have negated all the elements in this array, and then we will use Kadane's algorithm, right, to find out the maximum between these two, right, original array and negated array, and then uh, we will get the maximum of these two, right? Whatever maximum we can get, that is the absolute maximum sum of the sub array we can find, right? So let's go through. So the first step is we will negate the array, right? So we'll go through the n elements of the array, we negate the array, right? And we will store that in some another array, right? And after that we will use Kadane's algorithm. So let's just apply the Kadane's algorithm on this first array. So let me just write it here so we can go step by step. So first array is 2 minus 5 1 minus 4 3 and 2, right? 3 and minus 2, right? So in Kadane's algorithm, whenever the sum of the consecutive elements so far it drops below 0, then we make that sum 0, right? So let's say sum is there. So in the beginning sum is 0. So when we are visiting this element 2, then sum will become 2, right? So far only we have one element seen, and sum became 2 for that element. When we are increasing this until this point, right? So 2 minus 5, which is minus 3, right? So minus 3 means the sum is going below 0, right? So we will just reassign the sum to 0. Basically we don't store minus sum, we just assign it to 0. So far again now the sum becomes 0, right? Now when we are visiting 1, so sum of this one element will become 1 again, right? So sum became 1. After that, when we visit minus 4, so sum became minus 4 plus 1, which is minus 3, right? So we will reassign that sum to 0, right? According to Kadane's algorithm, when sum falls below 0, we reassign that sum to 0. So now we have seen minus 4 and now we are seeing 3. So 0 plus 3 is the sum becomes 3 for this point, and we will also keep maximum sum, right? Maximum sum here. So far maximum sum here is 3, right? So we will keep updating whenever we find anything maximum, right? So now we find maximum 3 as of now, right? So we'll just put 3 in the maximum, and after that when we see minus 2, the sum goes to 3 minus 2, which is 1. So sum becomes 1 and maximum sum remains 3, right? So this is how we can find out the maximum consecutive sum using Kadane's algorithm. So as you can see here, this is 3, that's how we found this 3, right? So we just went all the elements and we wanted to find out maximum sum of consecutive elements, right? And we are, in this case, we want to find out absolute sum. So we created two arrays. One is our original array and one is our negated array, right? Because we want to find out absolute sum. So now we are done with the original array. We found the absolute sum as 3. Now we will go through the negated array, right? This negated array, and we will try to find out the absolute sum for negated array. So let me just write down the negated array. So it is -2, 5, -1, 4, -3, 2, 4, -3 and 2. Right, so we will go one by one. So similarly we will store the sum and max, right? So max, I'll write here max, and here I'll write down the sum. So first element, our sum becomes -2. So -2 we don't store, we always keep it 0 for minus, so we will put 0 here, right? In the beginning max is 0. Now we are seeing the second element 5. So sum become 5, right? 0 plus 5 is 5. So sum became 5 here. Maximum we will update from 0 to 5, right? Because 5 is bigger than 0. After that we are seeing -1, right? So -1 means 5 minus 1 means sum become 4 at this point. Maximum we will not update because 4 is less than 5. Then we are seeing 4. So 4 plus 4 is equal to 8. We will update our maximum from 5 to 8 because 8 is bigger than 5, right? So our maximum becomes 8 now, right? 5 is gone, 8 is there. So now after that -3 came. So 8 minus 3 is 5. 8 minus 3 is 5. We will not update max because 5 is less than 8. Then 2 came. So 2 plus 5 is 7, right? We will not update our max will still remain 8. So at the end 8 is our maximum absolute sum for this array, right? So this one is our 8 is our sum. So from these two we will pick whatever maximum we find. So we find 8, so we will output 8 here, right? So that is how we are going to solve the problem. So first step, we will going to create a negated array, and then we will apply Kadane's algorithm on original array and negated array both to find out maximum subarray sum of both these arrays, and then we will get the maximum from them, right? So that is our approach. So let's just take a look at the solution here. So this is our nums array. So first we have created a negated array of the same length as our nums array, right? And then we have populated the negated array is equal to minus. We will just put minus to every number, right? So we will get negated array, and then we will create this find sum by Kadane, right? So this is Kadane's algorithm. We will pass an array, and what it does is first it initializes current sum and max sum as the first element of the array, right? First element of the array, and then we will look we will loop from first I is equal to 1 to last element of the array. So whenever current sum is greater than 0, right, then we will increment our current sum plus the current array element, right? Otherwise, when the sum is going less than 0, then what we will do is we are basically initializing it to 0 and then adding current element I, right? So that's what it means basically. So we reset it to 0 first, and then we added current element, which is ith element to the current sum, right? So that's what it is doing. And whenever we are finding current sum is becoming greater than our maximum sum so far, we will update our maximum sum, right? So that's what we have done here, right? This maximum sum we keep updating, right, from 0 to 5 to 8. So that's what we are doing here, and we are looping through I 1 to length of array, and at the end we will just return maximum sum. So we are going to pass both negated array here and the nums array, and whatever maximum we will find from those things using Kadane's algorithm, we will just return as the maximum sum, right? A maximum absolute sum of this array. So this is the implementation of how we can solve this problem using Kadane's algorithm. So we will take couple of examples. So for example, in this case, if you see, if we negate like for this array element, right? So you will see the maximum will be like 4 plus 6 10, right? 10 will be maximum for the original array. And if we negate the array, right, negate, so negate means -1, then 2, then 10, then -4, then -6, then 8 and 2, right? 8 and 2, 8 and 2. So if you see, this is the maximum in this one, right? 10 plus 2, so which is 12, right? So 12, so that's why 12 is the answer for this. We will run this in our test case, so we can check there also. So let's just first make sure that it is so this one is the this same test case that I just showed you, right? This case, so we should get 12 here as the answer. So let's run this one. So as you can see, we are getting 12, which is correct answer. Then we will just use the examples that they have given us here to make sure that those examples are passed. So first is 5 and second is 8. So here first is 5 and second is 8. So we are getting correct result. So we will just submit our solution here. So our solution got accepted by LeetCode. So this is the way we can solve maximum absolute sum of any subarray using Kadane's algorithm. So the time complexity is here we are looping through n, so this is order of n, and for every find sum by Kadane algorithm we are passing array, and then this one is again order of n right here. So time complexity for this solution is order of n. So let me just write down here. So time complexity is order of n, because those are separate loops, right? They are not nested loops. And then we have used some space for this negated array, right? It is same space as nums array. So we can say that space complexity is order of n, because we are creating another array to store n elements, but we are not using any kind of like external data structures like set or map or anything, right? So this is just kind of you can just tell that this is space complexity on, and time complexity also on, right? For this algorithm, if you haven't already checked my playlist on my channel for LeetCode and LeetCode solution, please check it now. It has over 100 solved problems asked by big tech companies like Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, Google, Facebook, and many others. Those are handpicked problems asked previously by these companies, and they have variety of problems like dynamic programming, linked list related interview questions, graph related interview questions, binary search tree related questions, then string related interview questions, two pointers questions. So all those varieties is covered there in that playlist, and those are explained with examples and Java code. So please visit that playlist and check it now. Also, if you are preparing for telephonic Java interviews, then there is a playlist called as Java Interview. It covers frequently asked telephonic questions by big tech companies and how to answer those questions, and also clarifies the concepts related to the interviews. So please go through them. If you like this video and if you find it helpful, please hit subscribe and like the button. Your subscription to the channel is really important to us, because that is the way the video can reach to more people. They can also watch these videos while they are preparing for their interviews or coding interviews, and they get helped by seeing those videos. So please subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching the video.